What's up, guys? So you can see, need to make a little plenum there. It's a little bit of an offset on the back side. As far as up and down, there's a little canvas right here, so it's gonna be pretty easy to connect. But you see I got slips all the way around. So I'm gonna make 4 pieces. It's gonna be a 4-piece plenum. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that real quick. So let's take some measurements. So because there's an offset from the top of the box, from the bottom of the box to the top of the unit, we're gonna start with the back piece, and then we'll do the front piece, then we'll do the 2 sides. So from the edge of the air handler to the top of my slip is 19. I'm gonna go 19.5, and then side to side is 16.25. So let's go make that piece. All right, so you can see my piece of metal here has a lip. That is gonna be the lip that is screwed to the top of the air handler. And like I said, my height is 19, so I'm gonna go 19.5. Make that more clear so I know where to cut. I'm gonna go 16.25 sides there. What you're left with after you cut it. So we got 19.5 by 16.25. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip this over. Personally, I like to use a flathead. There's multiple different tools to do this, but I'm gonna scribe. It's a method called scribing. I'm gonna scribe a break into it. So you just find something that connects from corner to corner, put some pressure on this flathead and run it across, and it's gonna leave you with a break. So you can see we got a break in there, prevent any banging from when it's in there. So I don't know, when I showed you guys, we're offset a little bit on the back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 1 inch that's supposed to go into the slip, or take my folding bar, I'm just gonna put a little bit of a bend on it. It sits in there nice, so you can see it's gonna sit perfectly, just like that. That comes straight down, offset to the back. This gets screwed down. I'm gonna go put this in, take the measurement from the front, and then cut that one. So we got our piece. Remember that little 1 inch fold I bent a little bit there? That's gonna go inside the slip. So let's slide that in there right now. That's all the way in there, and because we have a canvas, you can see I cut it a little bigger than it's supposed to be. That way I can know every piece is gonna be the same height. So right there. So I'm gonna screw that down. And then I'm gonna screw it to the slip as well. On the top. So that's the back piece done. So now we're gonna work on the front piece here. Front piece does not have to be offset. We have all this room to play with. Can we match the back? Yes. Do we have to? No. That makes it more complicated. So let's simplify it by just coming straight down. So that here, I'd recommend putting a level on here. That way you know this canvas is straight. I'm gonna wing it here. It's just what I do. Usually just works out for me. So to come straight down in the front, that is 19.5. So I'm not gonna add any more to that to bring the canvas up, because I'm trying to keep and maintain that height. So I'm gonna go 19.5, but once again 16.25, and then that's gonna be our front piece. And then after that's connected, we'll make our side pieces by making a piece of metal, bringing it back, tracing it, and then cutting it to the correct size. So let's try it. So I'm basically gonna do the same process I did before. I'm gonna go 19.5 height-wise. My marker's already there from the last one. Here again, and then I'm gonna go 16.25 this way. I'm gonna trace this again, I'm gonna cut it, I'm gonna scribe it, and then we're gonna put it up just like the last piece. We got our front piece. I'm gonna slide this into the slip, secure it to the bottom, secure it to the slip once again. make sure it's just about level. I'd recommend, once again, putting a level on it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put slips here and then in the back piece as well. So that's going to allow us to slide our side pieces into the slip, almost working like a Pittsburgh, right? So you're going to slide in there, you're going to secure it like that, and then it's never moving. Now we need to make this piece here. This is offset a little over an inch. You could do all your measurements, do your math, and everything like that. It's Saturday, I'm not mathing today, okay? I'm tracing. It's okay. It's still gonna get airflow through it, it's fine. So I'm gonna take my height, we already know what that is, 19 and a half. Then I'm gonna measure at my furthest point, right? So this distance right here is larger than this distance because of the offset. So I'm gonna know that this is 17 and a half. So I'm gonna add 2 inches to that, right? An inch for each slip on each side. So that 17 and a half is gonna turn into 19 and a half. So I'm gonna take a 19 and a half inch piece, put it here and trace it. Then I'm going to cut it down, make my folds and put it back in. If you remember, I said we're gonna add an inch for each side. So that 17 and a half is gonna turn into 19 and a half. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing up here, 19 and a half. And we're gonna be left with a square piece. That square piece doesn't make sense because there's an offset, but we're going to take the square piece. It is an extra step, yes I know, but it's also a fail-safe, so you can't fuck up this way. So we're going to take this square piece, we're going to go hold it up in place, and we're going to trace that offset. And when we trace that offset, we'll know exactly where to cut. When we come back out here, cut it, put our cross breaks in, and then we can put this, we can secure the piece in place. Now in this case, what we can do, because we know we have one straight side, we can make our notches here for the 1 inch folds. And we could put that 1 inch fold in place. So when we do trace, it's literally exactly where it has to be. I have my 1 inch fold, right? And we can go trace that offset there. Or you could take the measurements and do it that way. It's whatever you feel most comfortable doing. Take out our piece, slide it in the side slit, slide it in the top, put it in. There we are. So I could trace along the back like that, or I can go on this side right here. Let's see if I can do this, need to see it or not. There we go, we got it. They're gonna watch me trace that. Perfect. All right, there's our line, right? Now you're not gonna cut at that line because you still need that 1 inch on that side to fold. So you're gonna, from that line, you're gonna measure 1 inch and then you're gonna cut that. So right here is about 1 inch. It should meet exactly up with your corner because this was 17 and a half. We added exactly 1 inch for each side. So that corner piece should line up right there. Trace that. Now I have my line to cut. So we're gonna cut that, make our breaks, and then we're gonna fold this 1 inch back and this piece will be able to go. Got our piece, so we're gonna start by putting all the slips in, slam it in, and then we're good to go. You can start with this side, you can start with the top, you can start with both sides, slide up, doesn't matter, whatever you like doing best. I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat for this video because I'm doing a 4-piece tray as opposed to a 1 piece, but honestly guys, it doesn't matter what you do as long as the job's done. There's no right or wrong way to do it. As long as the system's working correctly, it doesn't matter how your metal is put together. As long as it is put together and secured properly, you're good to go. So whatever you feel most comfortable doing is what you should do. So we have this piece in now. I'm gonna put 2 screws down the side with the slips, 2 screws here, here, and here. Then we're gonna do the same thing with the other side, and then we're all finished. And then after that, all you have to do is caulk, mastic, or tape, whatever you prefer. So good luck, guys.